Today I have in two new releases from the French brand Neotype Watches. First hands-on experience with the brand and they did not disappoint. I have in the Panda in steel as well as the reverse Panda in gold PVD. Big thanks to the folks over at Neotype for the opportunity to get a few days with the watches. Really appreciate it, but let's get to it and check them out. All right, now, first of all, shout out to good friend Vincent from Mainspring Watch for introducing me to the brand. He runs Mainspring Watch magazine, also from France. I'll link his site in the description below. He's got some excellent content happening there on his site, so definitely check him out. To the watches here, though, these are the two newest additions to the LM02 Type C line. They're a well-priced and well-spec'd Thule chronograph. Bit of a beefed-up Daytona vibe happening with these, but they're still their own thing for sure. They're a chunky watch, but definitely not in a bad way. And since I've had them, I've been wearing them, especially the steel version, pretty well daily. So let's start with a closer look at the dial on the steel. The dial on the Panda is an off-white. It's a two-layer sandwich dial with cutouts for the hour markers. Up top is printed Neotype in black. Down at the 6 is chronograph and the water resistance also in black. Quick switch over to the reverse Panda and same dial layout as the Panda. We'll unscrew the pushers and get the chronograph going. And one thing I will say is the pushers and the crown, which is signed with the company logo, they're very well machined. The threads just feel smoother than usual, especially for a watch at this price point. Running the watch, and we'll get that chronograph going, is the Seiko VK64 Mecha Quartz movement, so you get that snappy action of the pushers and also a smoother sweep of the second hand. Biggest complaint, and I've recently mentioned this in another video, is the 3 o'clock subdial, which gives the time in 24 hours. If it were either hours for the chronograph or even better, a running seconds, that would be great. But yeah, over at the 9 o'clock is the minutes counter for the chronograph. Overall, the watch is highly legible, and in low light, it's pretty good too. Lume everywhere here, even on the tachometer scale. The hour and minute hands are brighter than the rest, so maybe a heavier dose of lume on the markers would be good, but overall, still not bad. So we'll stop and then reset the chronograph. And the bezel is made with a polished ceramic insert, and it's quite thick, quite a bold look with how wide the bezel is. The case is fully bead blasted on the gold and brushed on the steel, and it is quite a chunk of steel. I'll hit you with the numbers here soon, but it is a thick watch, a weighty watch too. The case back is a screw down case back with the company logo and the number of the watch out of 150. Both are limited to 150 pieces. The watches come out with two straps, a rubber and a NATO. I've been wearing these almost entirely on the rubber straps, but I'll put a clip up of this on the NATO here too, which is a good quality strap with hardware matching the case, either stainless or the gold. The FKM rubber strap does also have quick release spring bars, also hardware to match the cases on the watches, and signed with Neotype. Because these are a heavier watch, again, quite a chunk of steel here, I find that the sturdier strap, the sturdier rubber strap, keeps it seated a little better on wrist than the NATO. Size on the watch comes in at a case width of 40.9 millimeters, but with the big crown and crown guards there, I find it does wear a little larger than that. The lug to lug is 49.1 millimeters, lug opening is 22 millimeters, and the thickness is 15.1 millimeters, including the slightly domed AR treated sapphire. Water resistance is 200 meters. And here it is on my 7¼ inch wrist. And this is my kind of watch. I love the look. I prefer slightly the steel over the gold myself, but they're both really nice. It's a big watch, but if you're good with that, it's great. Cost for these come in at $620 USD for the steel and $669 for the gold PVD. Link to where you can find these will be below. Appreciate you taking a few minutes to stop by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.